Houston Texans sign a player that everyone was hoping they would. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel covering teams that don't get the love nationally, kind of get ignored nationally. Houston Texans being one of those teams. So on this channel, you will not see anything on the Dallas Cowboys and teams that just seem to always be covered by the national media. So annoying. So Houston Texans made a move that is just really smart, not a headliner move, but one that's like, yep, that's perfect. And I know this happened yesterday, but it's still really important. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to look at another free agent on their radar that could really work and that somebody that I know a lot about. We'll talk about it. Dalton Schultz, 3-year, $36 million contract. What I like about this is a 3-year deal. Now, contracts in the NFL are a little weird. So really, since it's a 3-year with $23 million guaranteed, it's really like a 2-year, $10 million a year contract. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because here's what we've learned in the National Football League over the last few years. You have to have a tight end. They're so valuable because it's run or pass. They can block. They could be a run play. There's so much versatility there. Pair him with CJ Stroud. The fact that those two just kind of hit it off right from the start was really good. And he's a reliable playmaker. That is the word right there. I think the wording's perfect on this because you can just trust him and he makes plays. Like, it's not like he's just this lumbering tight end that can't do anything. He's good. Noteworthy game came in week 9 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 10 catches, 130 yards and a touchdown. Boom. Like, he's got that ceiling that's pretty high. But the best thing is like his floor is really high. He's never just going to be a total dud for you. Love that. And he's just a really good, solid tight end. He finished 12th in receiving yards, 7th in touchdowns, and 12th in reception. So he is a top half tight end. Boom, it's done. Now, you pair that with the mock draft that we're looking at here, where in the latest mock draft, the Texans were able to get what arguably some say is the best corner in Alabama's Terrion Arnold. So this is how the team just starts to build is you get your tight end back. You get the best corner in the draft. Some say that the Texans are the favorite to sign Saquon Barkley. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Now you draft a wide receiver at some point. This draft is loaded with wide receivers. The disparity between wide receivers and corners is so much greater with wide receivers. So if you can get that corner, get them, because that gap continues to widen with just more better wide receivers each year coming out than there's corners. And so they're hard and they're a premium to come by so you can get a good corner. So you get a good corner. Now you got a Saquon Barkley. Now you've got a wide receiver anywhere in the draft. I mean, Roman Wilson from Michigan, know him well. Are you kidding me? Like, he would be perfect for CJ Stroud. The next guy, look on the defensive side of the ball. Says it right here. Another article. Could CJ Gardner-Johnson solve the Texans' safety woes? Now, CJ Gardner-Johnson, I could make the argument. He played for the Lions last year. Now, he was hurt in week 2, didn't come back to the last couple games of the year. So he really played like 5 games total. I could make the argument that he is a home run safety that you got to go get. And I could make the argument that you do not touch him. So I'll give you the 30-second on each. He is fast, he's physical, and he's right there as far as athleticism and everything that you want in a safety. So there's no reason why you wouldn't sign him if you have the opportunity. And I don't think he's going to get that much money because he's constantly running his mouth. At first, it's really cool because he's like brings an attitude, brings a swag to the defense, and you're all about it. But after a while, it's annoying. And it's like, dude, you're actually starting to cost us, right? You need that swagger, that intensity. The Rasheed Wallace. When Rasheed Wallace came to the Pistons, it was like, let's go. Need that. We need that little edge. But unlike other places Rasheed Wallace went, he stopped at a certain point. He didn't cross the line. Once you cross the line, you start hurting your team. You start messing with kind of the flow of the game. It's like, dude, don't want you. So that's why I think the Lions are going to be done with him. He is going to be a free agent. So if you're the Texans and you need that swagger on your team, you need a little extra boost, then perfect. I would sign him. But if you're like, you know what, we've got this good core foundation, we don't want to mess with it, then don't. Okay, before we go any further, I want to know in the comments, how did you become a Houston Texans fan? We asked this a few days ago, but if you didn't have an opportunity to answer, let me know in the comments. It was fun. We read all the comments. People were responding to them. Let me know how you became a Houston Texans fan. Was it right from birth? All you remember is dad's watching the games? Was it when they were, was it a certain player that brought you there that you were like, man, I followed this player from college? Let me know in the comments. Okay. You got CJ Gardner-Johnson that could help on the defensive side, but is it worth it? That's the question. I don't know if I would screw with it, honestly, because he's a pain. He ran his mouth so much. I was surprised. I knew he was like confident, but then there's confidence that's just like, dude, you haven't even played since week 2. Shut up. So go back to Dalton Schultz. He's 27 years old. So I think shout out to him, right? He gets his contract, the last contract. He owes CJ Stroud a lot of money because Stroud comes in, makes him look good, makes everybody else look good. And that's what we keep going back to on Texans videos. You can look at mock drafts. You can look at free agents. You can look at who you're going to release, who you're going to draft, all that stuff. And that's all great. And that's what this offseason's for. But at the end of the day, the Texans have the best young quarterback, and they've got a franchise quarterback, and they can do so many different things. So if I'm a Houston Texans fan, I'm just so excited because you can't go wrong. That's just how it feels right now. Now, look, you got to do really well and execute in all your moves so that you can get to the Super Bowl and things like that. Absolutely. But just are the Texans just going to be terrible next year? No. That's what's so fun. And that's what Lions fans, Texans fans, we've been looking for years is like, I just want to be competitive. I just want to be competitive week in, week out. I just want to play. I just want to get to Thanksgiving and have us be 6-3 rather than 3-6 and you're just out of it. And you got to win that Thanksgiving Day game for the Lions, where you got to win it. Otherwise season's over and you're 3-7. It's just like, oh, this is terrible. This is going to be competitive winners for any part of, as far as we can see. So I love it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. Again, we are Detroit Lions fans. We have this channel. We cover teams that don't get the love nationally, get overlooked. And this is one of those teams. So if you haven't followed us yet, you haven't subscribed, please do. If you've watched this far into the video, it's the first time watching, like, these guys kind of know what's up with the Texans. Please subscribe. If you've watched many videos, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see all of you on the next one.